What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Wizards Outlook. We got Randy Lines here on Mr. Tarek Jr. Look, the Wizards, it was a little bit of a rocky road, but they got there. They held off the Sixers, 116 to 111. Um, Yet again, another one of the NBA's premier bigs had a hell of a night. Um, what was different this time is his team didn't win. AD went nuts. His team won. The Nuggets, we saw Jokic go nuts. They won. That wasn't the case tonight. Ray, want to get your thoughts on it? Washington lost Brad Beal late in that game, and they were still able to close things out and get the dub on the front end of a back-to-back.
Uh, yeah, man. The Brad Beal injury definitely sucks. Hopefully it's nothing serious that'll keep him out. But yeah, man, it was good to see him still able to close that game out. Typically that's a situation where the things kind of go off the rails, but they held their composure and they were able to get the win. Embiid, of course, he's going to have games like this, man. He did Embiid things, but I think collectively they were able to do enough to kind of stop everybody else from having a great game. Harden, he was impactful as well, but it was basically just those two for real. How often do we get to say the Wizards bench drastically outperformed the other team? That was a big part of the victory as well. These last couple games, I think it's just them getting whole. Having Rui and DeLon right back changes a lot. Not to say it's any excuse for how they performed before, but those guys definitely add something to this team, and it's good to see him back on the court because it's obviously yielding positive results. But yeah, man, that's a good win over a team that's expected to compete, and these are the types of wins we expect the Wizards to be able to have. We talk about all the time. This is a veteran-laden team. They should be able to pull out games like this from time to time. So it's good to see them kind of come through on that and maximize their potential. They defended enough to win. They made their free throws. Shot a decent percentage from three. They moved the ball a little bit. It was just a solid game, man. They withstood a tremendous performance from one of the best bigs in the league, and they were able to close it out.
I'm gonna give a little love to Coach West for, obviously we would love when two teams have premier bigs. You want them to go head to head. He kind of sacrificed Taj and Gaff, so Porzingis. I'm just I don't know another way to say it. He sacrificed Taj and Gaff, so Porzingis wasn't in foul trouble late. Wasn't the recipient of a beating that Gaff and Gibson took on his behalf. I don't know another way to say it, but you needed him late. Hits a big three late. And again, like Embiid almost worked through their front line, but for the most part, KP got the help out here and there versus taking the brunt of it, where who knows if he makes it to the second half. Because to the fourth quarter. There was a stretch in the third where Joel was like, all right, we're down. I'm going to get to the line every time we get the ball. And think about that. I don't think KP picked up but one of those fouls because he wasn't on him. Also, I thought the zone messed with, they went big, Washington with the big lineup. I thought the zone did enough in spurts to mess with Philadelphia. And again, it's only a 5-point win, but, this is the team that's not far removed from a 10-game losing streak. Give them credit for closing out a game against a team in the East that, come on, man, the Sixers are to be taken seriously. I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. And like you said, the bench. Yeah, I think the biggest thing with the bench, having DeLon and Rui, they're stabilizing forces for that second unit. And I think you brought this up a little while ago. It sucks that DeLon came back, and we haven't seen Jordan Goodwin since. However, Rui and DeLon together, there were Spurs there in this game. It was big. You got Rui, that guy in different situations that could take advantage of a matchup. He had Trez and Helen on an island at times. or down on the block. Trezor didn't have an answer for it. You got DeLon makes, the countless multiple effort plays. I forgot, I think it was late in the third. He gets a steal, then hits a three. They needed it. They were reeling at that time. Doesn't score a lot, but it's the timely buckets. It was huge. I said, who do you have for your player of the game?
Can I still go Embiid?
I'm going Embiid, so I mean, I'm not going to judge you. Someone's going to have to tell me why it's not. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, man. Even though it's in a losing effort, man, it's Embiid. I think it's okay to say that.
And look, I'm okay with it. You're okay with it. The chat, you can say otherwise. I said, play the game, Joel Embiid. X factor of the night.
This gets a little tricky, man. I'm gonna go to Wizards bench. That's that was the difference in the game, man. It was only a 5-point win, and the way their bench outperformed Philly's bench, I think that gave them enough separation to to be able to offset what Embiid and Harden did.
Now, I think that's a great selection because those were the times where Washington seemed to have the advantage, like a clear-cut advantage, was when each team kind of went to one of their second unit late in groups. I guess I just say their depth. I'm gonna just go with their depth and cheat a little bit. I want to give Denny credit for that late strip on Embiid because Embiid glided from the 3-point line on a horrible closeout by Porzingis, evades Gaff with the nimblest of Euro steps, and luckily for Washington, Denny digs down and slaps the ball out of his grasp, and it's off him. But if he doesn't dig down and slap the ball there, that's 2 points. Does it end the same way? They had a couple opportunities when they're down 3 and he falls going to the basket. I'm not taking anything away from Washington. I'm just saying he fell underneath the basket. Denny comes down and strips him. But like you said, man, DeLon and Rui, knowing you have you can consistently count on them for what they bring, I think is huge. What was Rui tonight? 14 off the bench. And it's a common efficient 14 between the two of them. They're just common efficient. They don't take much. You know what you're getting. Bang out. We'll bang for your buck or whatnot. But it was a good win. Again, it's just the front end of a back-to-back. They host the Suns tomorrow. I think we had a comment here from Area 11T. He said this version of this team can be competitive. I agree wholeheartedly. Without a doubt. I have no rebuttal to that statement. But again, it was a good win. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night.